Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read 2 Chronicles 8 to 14, Proverbs 12, Proverbs 11, and Psalm 14. Let's get started. At the end of 20 years in which Solomon had built the house of the Lord and his own house, Solomon rebuilt the cities that Hiram had given to him, and settled the people of Israel in them. And Solomon went to Hamath-Zobah and took it. He built Tabor and the wilderness and all the store cities that he built in Hamath. He used to build up at Beth-horon and lower Beth-horon, 4 or 5 cities with the walls, gates, and bars, and bows on all the store cities that Solomon had, all the cities for his chariots, and the cities for his horsemen, and whatever Solomon decided to build in Jerusalem and all the land of his dominion. All the people who were left of the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, who were not of Israel, from their descendants who were left after them in the land, whom the people of Israel had not destroyed, these Solomon drove as forced labor, and so they are to this day. Other people of Israel, Solomon made no slaves for his work. They were soldiers who did in his offices, the commanders of his chariots and his horsemen. These are the chief officers of King Solomon, 250, who exercised authority over the people. Solomon brought Pharaoh's daughter from the sea of David to the house that he had built for her. And he said, "Why shall I live in the house of King David? Israel? The place in which the ark of the Lord has come holy." And Solomon offered up burnt offerings to the Lord on the altar of the Lord that he had built before the festival, and the duty of each day required, offering according to the commandment of Moses for the Sabbaths, the new moons, and the 3 annual feasts, the feast on unleavened bread, and the feast of weeks, and the feast of booths. According to the ruling of David his father, he appointed the divisions of the priests for their steps, and the Levites of their offices, the praise and the street before the priest, as the duty of each day required. And the gatekeepers of their divisions as each gate, who served to earth them the godly command, and did not turn aside from what the king had commanded the priests and Levites concerning any matter concerning the churches. Thus was accomplished all the work of Solomon from the day of the foundation of the house of the Lord was laid, until it was finished, and the house of the Lord was completed. And Solomon went to Ezion-Geber and Elath on the shore of the sea in the land of Edom. And Hiram went to him by the hand of his servants, ships and servants from there, familiar with the sea, and they went to Ophir together with the servants of Solomon and brought them out there 450 talents of gold, and brought it to King Solomon. Now when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon, she came to Jerusalem to test him with hard questions, having a very great retinue, and cameras bearing spices and valuable gold and precious stones. And when she came to Solomon, she told him all that was on her mind. Solomon answered all the questions. There was nothing hidden from Solomon that he could not explain to her. And then the queen of Sheba had seen the wisdom of Solomon, how he had built on the fruit of his table, the seating of his vision, and the intents of his servants, and their clothing, his cupbearers, and their clothing, and his burnt offerings that he offered at the house of the Lord. There was no more precious. And he said to them, "The report was true. Now I heard in my own land of your words and your wisdom. But I did not believe the reports until I came in my own eyes to see. And behold, half the greatness of your wisdom was not so. It is surpassed the report that I heard. Happy are your wives, happy are these your servants, who continually stand before you and hear your wisdom. Blessed is the Lord your God, who is the Lord in you, and set you on this throne as king for the Lord. As your God loved Israel and would establish them forever, he has made you king over them. You may execute justice and righteousness. And he gave the king 120 talents of gold, and a very great quantity of spices and precious stones, and no spices such as those that the queen of Sheba gave to King Solomon. Moreover, the servants of Hiram and the servants of Solomon, who brought gold from Ophir, brought alcum wood and precious stones. And the king made from the alcum wood supports for the house of the Lord, and for the king's house, lyres, and harps from the city. There never was seen the like of them before in the land of Judah. And King Solomon gave to the queen of Sheba all that she desired, and whatever she asked besides what she had brought to the king. So she turned and went back to her own land with the servants. And the weight of gold that came to Solomon in money was 666 talents of gold, besides that which the explorers and merchants brought. All the kings of Arabia and the governors of the land brought gold and silver to Solomon. King Solomon made 200 large shekels of beaten gold. 600 shekels of beaten gold went into each shield. He made 300 sheets of beaten gold. 300 shekels of gold went into each shield. And the king put it in the house of the Lord, the house of the forest of the land. He also made a great offering strike and laid it with pure gold. The throne had 6 steps and a footstool of gold, which were attached to the throne. On each side of the sea were armrests and 2 lions standing beside the armrests. 12 lions stood there, one on each end of the sea. On the 6 steps were nothing like it as ever made. For any king, all King Solomon's drinking vessels were of gold, and all the vessels of the house of the forest of the land were of pure gold. So was not considered anything. In the days of Solomon, the king's ships went to Tarshish with the servants of Hiram. Once every 3 years, the ships of Tarshish brought back. Used to come bring gold, silver, ivory, eggs, and peacock. Solomon exiled all the kings of the earth in riches and wisdom, and all the kings of the earth sought the presence of Solomon to behave his wisdom. His God put it into his mouth. Every one of them brought his present, articles of silver and gold, garments of myrrh, spirits, spices, horses, and mules, so much year by year. And Solomon had 4,000 stalls with horses and chariots, with 12,000 horsemen. He was stationed in the chariot cities and the king in Jerusalem. And he ruled over all the kings of the earth, from Sulam and the Philistines, and to the border of Egypt. And the king made silver as common in Jerusalem as there, and he made cedar as plentiful as the sycamore of the Shepher, and was so important for Solomon from Egypt and from all lands. And the rest of the acts of Solomon from the first law, are they not written in the history of the prophet? And the prophecy of Ahijah the Shilonite, and the visions of Iddo the sea concerning Jeroboam son of Nebat. Solomon reigned in Jerusalem over all 4 years. And Solomon slept with his fathers and was buried in the city of David's hall, and Rehoboam his son reigned in his reign. Rehoboam went to Shechem before all his had come to Shechem from the king. And as soon as Jeroboam son of Nebat heard of it, and Jeroboam returned from Egypt, and they sent and called him. And Jeroboam and all his rest came and said to Rehoboam, Your father made our yoke heavy, now therefore lie in the hard service of your father, and his heavy yoke on us, and we will serve him. He said to them, Come to me again in 3 years. So the people went away, and King Rehoboam took counsel with Solomon, who stood before Solomon his father, and he was with Goliath, saying, How do you advise me to answer the people? And they said to him, If you will be good to the people, please let us see good words, and they will be as listeners for us. And he abandoned the counsel that Solomon gave. He took counsel of the young men who were great on the and stood before him. And he said to him, What do you advise that we answer the people who said to me, I am the yoke that your father put on us? And the young men who were great on the said to him, How shall I speak to the people who said to you, The father made our yoke heavy, but you lie in your flesh? And thus he shall say to him, My father's little finger thicker than my whole side, and now as my father let me have you, how actuated my father is letting me with this. I'll just clean you with scorpion. So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam on the 3rd day, as the king said, Come to you again the 3rd day. And the king answered their hearts, and they made counsel about me. King Rehoboam was victim, but he had counsel of the young, saying, My father made you okay, but I'll answer. My father disciplined you for this, for I will discipline you with scorpions. So the king did not listen to the people. There was 10 of the affairs brought about by God, that the Lord might fulfill his word. And he spake by Ahijah the Shilonite to Jeroboam son of Nebat. And always I saw that the king did not listen to him, but he answered the king, What portion have we indeed? You have no inheritance in the son of Jesse. Each of you to your tents, Asa. Look now to your own house, David. And so also went to their tents. Who Rehoboam by name of the people that had lived in the cities of Judah. And King Rehoboam set Hador and his customers to the foresight. And the people Israel stood to death with stone. And King Rehoboam quickly mounted his chariot to flee in Jerusalem. So this has been rebelled against the house of David to this day. And Rehoboam came to Jerusalem. He summoned the house of Judah and Benjamin 180,000 charged of warriors to fight against him, to restore the kingdom to Rehoboam. And the word of the Lord came to Shimei the man of God. Say to Rehoboam, son of Solomon, king of Judah, the warriors and Judah and Benjamin. Thus says the Lord, You shall not go or fight against your relative. Return every edge of his hand for these things from me. So they listened to the word of the Lord, and return and do not go against Jeroboam. Rehoboam lived in Jerusalem, and he built cities for defense in Judah. He built Bethlehem, Etam, Tekoa, Bethzur, Soko, Adullam, Gad, Mesha, Ziph, Adoraim, Lachish, Azekah, Zorah, Aijalon, Hebron, 45 cities there in Judah, and in Benjamin. He made the fortresses so strong, and put commands in them, and stores of food, oil, and wine. And he put shields and spears in all the cities, and made them very strong. So he held Judah and Benjamin. And the priests and the Levites who all Israel presented themselves to him from all places where they lived. But the Levites left their common lands and their holdings and came to Judah and Jerusalem, because Jeroboam and his sons cost them for selling his priests and Lord. And he appointed his own priests for the high places, and for the great idols, and for the cause that he had made. And those who had set their hearts to seek the Lord, the God of Israel, came after them from all the tribes of Israel to Jerusalem to sacrifice to the Lord God, the God of their fathers. They strengthened the kingdom of Judah, and for 3 years they made Rehoboam the son of Solomon secure. They walked for 3 years in the way of David and Solomon. And Rehoboam took his wife Mahalath, the daughter of Jeroboam, the son of David, and her Abihail, the daughter of Eliab, the son of Jesse. And she bore him sons, Shush, Shemir, and Sahab. And after her he took Maacah, the daughter of Absalom, who bore him Abijah, Adonizes, and Shalomith. Rehoboam loved Maacah, the daughter of Absalom, above all his wives and concubines. And Rehoboam appointed Abijah, the son of Maacah, as chief prince among his brothers, who intended to make him king. And he dealt wisely, and distributed some of his sons through all the districts of Judah and Benjamin, and all the fortified cities. And he gave them abundant provisions and procured wives for them. And the rule of Rehoboam was established, and he was strong. He abandoned the Lord, and always up with him. And the faith he had King Rehoboam, because they had been unfaithful to the Lord. Shishak king of Egypt came up against Jerusalem with 1,200 chariots and 60,000 horsemen. 60,000 horsemen, and people who were without number who came with him from Egypt. Libyans, too, Kim, and Ethiopia. He took the fortified cities of Judah, and came as far as Jerusalem. And she made the prophet king to Rehoboam and the princes of Judah, and gathered at Jerusalem because of Shishak, and said to him, Thus says the Lord, You abandoned me, so I have abandoned you to Herod Shishak. And the princes of Israel and the king humbled themselves. He said, The Lord is righteous, and the Lord saw that they had humbled themselves. The Lord came to Shimei. They have humbled themselves. I will not destroy them, I will grant them some deliverance. My wrath shall not be poured out on Jerusalem, I have Shishak. Nevertheless, they shall be servants to me, that they may know my service in the service of the kingdoms of the country. So Shishak and the king of Pharaoh, Shishak and Egypt came up against Jerusalem. He took away the treasure of the house of the Lord and the treasure of the king's house. He took away everything. He also took away the shield of God, and Solomon made King Rehoboam. And they made in their place shields of bronze. They made him play shooter brought him with the 10 hands of officers of the god, who kept the door of the king's house, and his officers the king went into the house of the Lord. The god king carried them and brought them back to the guardroom, and he humbled himself with the wrath of the Lord to him, as not to make a complete destruction. Or the conditions are good in Judah. King Rehoboam grew strong in Jerusalem. Rehoboam was 41 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, and see that the Lord chose out of all the tribes for his name. His mother's name was Naamah of Ammon. And he did evil, for he did not set his heart to seek the Lord. Actually, Rehoboam, and first and last, I know written in the Chronicles that she made a power. And bid her to see the continual wars between Rehoboam and Jeroboam. Rehoboam was his father, and was buried in C.Jun, and Beach and reigned in his place. And the 18th year King Jeroboam, Abijah began to reign over Judah, and he reigned for 3 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Micaiah, the daughter of Uriah of Gibeah. And there was war between Abijah and Jeroboam. Abijah went out to battle, having an army of valiant men of 400,000 chosen men. And Jeroboam drew up his line of battle against with 800,000 chosen mighty warriors. And Abijah stood up on Mount Seven, as in the whole country. Therefore, and said, "Hear me, O Jeroboam, also. Ought you not to know that the Lord God is gave the kingship over his, and forever to David and his sons and come over his." Yet Jeroboam the son of Nebat, the son of Solomon, said he rose up and rebelled against the Lord, his Lord, and then as the weapons together in the fire Rehoboam the son of Solomon. And Rehoboam was young and irresolute, and could not withstand. And now you think to withstand the kingdom of the Lord in the hand of the sons of David. And as you are a great multitude, have with you the golden calves that Jeroboam made for you for God. Have you not driven out the priests of the Lord, the sons of Aaron and the Levites, and made priests for yourselves like the other peoples of the lands? Now comes all the nation with you and bore Samuel has become the priest of what? Because of what unknown gods. And as the rest of the Lord have God, we have not forsaken him. We are priests ministering to the Lord, who are sons of Aaron. And Levites for instance, they offer to the Lord every morning, every evening, burnt offerings and sweet spices. Set the showbread on the table of pure gold, and care for the golden lamps that explains new burnt every evening. And we keep the charge of the Lord with their battle trumpets to send the call to battle against you. We stand at and do not fight against the Lord, the God of your father, when you cannot succeed. Jeroboam met an ambush to come upon them from behind, thus his troops were in front of Judah. And the ambush was behind him. When Judah looked, behold, the battle was in front and behind them. And he cried to the Lord, and hastily a trumpet, and Judah raised the battle shout. And the men of Judah shouted, "We don't defeat Jeroboam, and always out before Abijah and Judah." And Ahab fled before Judah, and God gave them into him. And Abijah and his people struck them with great force, so that they had slain in Israel 500,000 chosen men. Thus the men of Israel were subdued at that time. And the men of Judah prevailed, because they relied on the Lord, the God of their fathers. And Abijah pursued Jeroboam and took cities from him, Bethel with his villages, and Shadow with his villages, and Ephraim with his villages. And Jeroboam did not recover his power in the days of Abijah, and the Lord struck him down, and he died. And Abijah grew mighty, and he took 14 wives, and had 22 sons and 16 daughters. The rest of the acts of Abijah, his ways and his sayings, are written in the story of the prophet Iddo. Abijah slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the sea of David. And Asa his son reigned in his place. In his days land had rested 10 years. And Asa did what was good and right, and as the Lord his God. He took away the foreign altars and the high place, and broke down the pillars, and cut down the Asherah, and commanded Judah to seek the Lord, God of their father, and to keep the Lord the commandment. He also took out of all the cities of Judah the high place and the incense altars. And the king had rest unto him. He built fortified cities in Judah, and for the land had rest, and he had no war in those years, so the Lord gave him peace. And he said to Judah, "Let us build these cities and surround them with walls and towers, gates and bars. The land is still ours, because he served the Lord over." He has sought him, and he has given us peace on every side. So he built and prospered. And Asa had an army of 300,000 of Judah, armed with large shields and spears, and 280,000 men of Benjamin had carried shields and drew bows. All these were mighty men of valor. From Sarah the Ethiopian came out against him with an army of 1,000,000 men and 300 chariots, as far as Mesha. And Asa went out to meet him, and they drew up their lines of battle. And out of the valley of Zephathah and Mesha, Asa cried to the Lord, "The Lord, there is none like you to help between the mighty and the weak. Help us, Lord, God, for you rely on you in your name. You have come against this multitude. O Lord, you are our God, let no man prevail against you." So the Lord defeated the Ethiopians before Asa and before Judah. The Ethiopians fled. Asa and the Hebrew with him pursued them as far as Gil. And the Ethiopians fled until none remained alive. They were breaking before the Lord and his army. The men of Judah carried away very much spoil. They attacked all the cities around Gil. And the fear of the Lord was upon them. They plundered all the cities. And there was much plunder in there. They struck down the tents of those who had livestock, and carried away sheep in abundance and camels. And they returned to Jerusalem. Proverbs 11. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, But just when he sees the light, when pride comes in, comes to spirit. With humble is wisdom. The integrity of the upright guides the earth, the crookedness of the treacherous destroy them. It is no profit in the day of wrath, and righteousness to live from it. The righteousness of the blameless keeps the way straight. The wicked falls rising and wickedness. The righteousness of the upright delivers them. Justly are taken care of by their loss. When the wicked dies, the hurt will prove the next temptation, both perishes too. Righteous is delivered from trouble, and the wicked walks into insta. But not the godless man will destroy his day, but by knowledge the righteous are delivered, and goes well with the righteous. He rejoices, and the wicked person shouts and claps. At the last time that righteous is exalted, by neither mouth of the wicked is everything. Whoever believes his neighbor lacks sense, when a man understanding remains silent. Whoever goes about slander reveals secrets. He who trusts worthy so keeps things covered. But there's no guns, he falls within an abundance of counsel of their safety. Whoever put up security for a stranger will surely suffer harm. He who hates striking hands of righteous secure. A gracious woman gets honor, by the man get riches. The man whose kind benefits himself, but a cruel man hurts himself. Wicked has deceptive ways, but whatever says righteousness gets sure. His self is the mightiness will live. He who pursues evil will die. Those who crooked are an abomination to the Lord, but those blameless ways there is to die. Each one evil first will not come by, but the offspring of the righteous will be to live. Like a gold ring in the pig's snout is a beautiful one without discretion. The sight the righteous ends of the execution of the wicked right. One cares for the yet grows all the rich, and another withholds what he should give, and another suffers as well. Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and one who will toward self be rewarded. And if people curse him, he holds their grain, but the blessings on the hand of him he sells. Whoever diligently seeks good seeks fame. They will come to him who searches for. Whoever trusts in the riches will fall. The righteous will flourish like a grain. Whoever trusts in the house will inherit the land. The fool will be summoned to a wiser heart. The fear of the righteous is true life, but whoever keeps the soul's way, and righteousness is repaid in life. And the righteous are repaid on earth, how it more the wicked and the sin. So Psalm 14. The fool says in his heart, there is no God, they are corrupt and do abominable. They do abominable deeds. There is nothing does good. The Lord looks down for how on children. See if there are any unsins who seek after God. They will turn aside to go if they have become cruel. There is nothing does good, not even one. Have they no knowledge of the evil doers? Even my heapers they eat bread. Do not call upon the Lord, for they are in great terror. For God is with them and generation of the righteous. You would shame the plans of the poor, but the Lord saves refuge. And that salvation for Israel will come out of sight. And the Lord restores fortune of his people. Jacob rejoices. Israel be glad. And this Spanish and after the Lord's prayer. These my hands are Father in heaven, hallowed be on thee. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, and forgive our debtors. Not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For this is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.